Have your basin ready and fill that up with hot water. Put in half a cup of magnesium flakes. Put in one very large spoonful of coconut oil. And add in a few drops of your favourite essential oils. So between 5 to 10 drops. At this point you can either wait for the water to cool before applying your feet in it, or you can add in some more cold water, and that's how you prepare your foot soak. So I've placed a pillow over my lap. Now if I can have your feet please, and getting the other towel, you start to dry the feet off. How are you enjoying that cake? All right, yeah? Well, the pie. Right, so now you're using your massage oil. Apply a little bit into your hands. And warm the oil up a little bit in your hands like this. Now the first stroke that you'll use, well, you'll see in this routine that you'll start off with very gentle pressure and gradually build up. So what I'm going to do now, the very first move I'm going to do is stroking, which goes a little something like this. So stroke down and up, stroke down and up, like so. You don't really have to concentrate too much on how many times you do this. Okay, now the move that's about to follow from here is it's a move that I like to call breaststroke. Well, it's like a little mini breaststroke, and it goes like this. So you go along the back of the foot, like that, come around the ankle, up, and back around to the sole of the foot. And again, back of the foot, around the ankle, and then back up again. Okay, one more time. Back of the foot, around the ankle, and back up to the sole of the foot. Okay, now here's another stroking technique that you can use. Use a fist and use your palm, and you put the foot in between the two like this, like so, and then go down, then up. Yeah. So far, how's the pressure there? You okay there? Okay, excellent. She just gave me a big thumbs up there, so I think I'm doing okay. And then from this point, we can move on to a kneading motion, which goes like this. So what you're doing with this is that you're using this part of the hand, the heel of the hand, you use it both, and then you're spreading that apart. If I can demo it this way. So you're starting here and then going apart like that. Like so. Okay, and then you can do the same movement on the sole of the foot. Now at this point, you can start to use your thumbs to apply stronger pressure. So what I like to do at this point is I like to then start to use my thumbs and go in between the bones here, like this. Just moving slowly. So I'm starting in between the big toe and the second toe, and then you move on to the next gap. And the next one along. And then on the back of the foot, you can, again using your thumbs, you can start doing like a circular compression movement, like this. There's no real set rule about this. I mean, you can either use just one thumb or use the other one, or both together. Now working on the sole of the foot, again using that, using the thumb stroking on the sole of the foot as well, using a little bit more pressure, like so. You can see that. So you're covering every part of the sole of the foot here, starting, and also you can work on the heel as well. So it's not just on the arch. And the next movement is the circular thumb compression, like so. So applying pressure with the thumb and doing small circular movements. So after a while, I mean, if you're feeling that that doing this movement starts to ache a little bit on your thumbs, what you can do as an alternative movement, you can use this part. Normally, when you do this movement, you use this part of the thumb here. But what you can do is bend the thumb like this, and then use this part here as your point of pressure. You can also apply a lot more. There's a lot more force generated by doing it this way. So just be careful, and also get feedback from the person you're doing this on. So this is how you do the movement. So just like the way you've done the previous thumb movement, but it's just using a different part of the thumb. Okay, now we finish off with just a few like stroking movements. And now we can focus in on the toes. So what you're going to do now with the toes is that you're going to start off with the squeezing and twisting motion. So you hold each toe in between your first and second finger, and you do this movement like so. So I'll demonstrate it on the foot here. Okay, so I'll just start it off. It doesn't really matter whether you start off on the little toe or the big toe. Okay, now we're just going to move on to the next one. I mean, in general, it's quite a nice movement to do, especially on women's feet. Who've well, probably men as well. There's some when you're wearing high heels, you find that your toes are being squashed quite a lot. So this is quite nice to help to relax the area. So the next movement we're going to do as well is a rotation movement. So you're going to take each toe. So if my fingers were toes, for example. You'll take each one and you'll do like a gentle circular motion, like this. Now I'll demonstrate that on the toes here. And now that these toes are nicely stretched out, well, not stretched out, nicely warmed up, you can now start to stretch them this way. Just working out all the stiffness out of the toes. For the next step, it would be a good idea also to dry your hands as well. we'll just do a little bit of work on the calf muscle here. So you're just slowly squeezing and kneading. Use your other hand as well. So what you do now is you grab the calf from underneath and twist. So you do one hand and the other.
So nice.
Yeah, you like that? Okay, excellent, thanks. And this warms up the area quite nicely for the next step, which is a little bit of an ankle rotation followed by a stretch, and it goes like this. So you grab the ankle like so, then with the other hand you grab the toes like this, and you just do some gentle and slow movements. And it's just nice circles. And go the other way. And now you can do a calf stretch. Now it's very important that you get feedback from the person you're doing this on, just so you don't overstretch them. So if it gets a bit too much, just let me know. Can you feel that stretch on the calf? Is that okay? And just hold it there for about a minimum of 20 seconds. And then grab the foot on either side like this, and then twist. And then twist the other way. And then to slowly wake up your partner, you start doing more vigorous movements like this, so you're grabbing on each side. Like so. Then pummel the sole of the foot. And that ends your routine. Of course, you do the you follow on, repeat the steps on the other foot. So I'm just going to drop her feet here.